Well, we begin this edition with the latest we are tracking on Iran-U.S. talks. The first round of talks in Oman produced no breakthrough. Neither side has signaled any shift from its opening position. However, both sides will be meeting again, but no date has been finalized till now. As diplomacy is in limbo, threats of a war is growing. Iran has ruled out giving up its uranium enrichment, insisting that it will not be intimidated by the threat of war. Foreign Minister of Iran, Abbas Araghchi, has expressed doubts that the U.S. side is taking renewed negotiations seriously. While Iran has issued notifications to carry out ballistic missile tests, the IRGC has escalated its psychological warfare campaign. An AI-generated propaganda video depicts a catastrophic attack on the USS Abraham Lincoln. The video on your screens shows Iran's Fateh hypersonic missile splitting the massive carrier cleanly in two, sending F-35 fighter jets and even crew members into a fiery sea. In another warning, a banner unveiled in central Tehran's Palestine Square threatens ballistic missile strikes on Tel Aviv and other targets. The map marks key sites of the attack. While U.S. has also not ruled out military action, President Donald Trump has described the talks as very good and added that Iran wants a deal very badly. He also added that what he says, they know the consequences, and that if they do not make a deal, the consequences are very steep. The US has already deployed a massive military presence around Iran. In the West, it has bases in Qatar and Iraq. Reports now suggest that it can even launch fighter jets, which would include F-15E Strike Eagles from there. It has even boosted its air defense in view of any Iranian missile attack. While U.S. also has a military presence in Jordan, UAE and Saudi Arabia. These existing prowess has been given a massive boost by the arrival of naval fleet led by USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier group. Bahrain is also a center of U.S. naval power in the region, with destroyers and even combat ships docked at the location. Washington's league negotiators, envoy Steve Witkoff, and President's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, visited the USS Abraham Lincoln on Saturday, and sources familiar with the details said that the visit was intended to send out a message to Iran that Trump has other options, that is, if the negotiations fail to produce any breakthrough. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has moved up his visit to Washington and will be meeting President Donald Trump to discuss negotiations with Iran on February 11th. On the same day, Iran will be celebrating Revolution Day, which is the anniversary of the Iranian Revolution. Authorities traditionally grant sentence reductions or even releases to selected prisoners on this day. However, Iran's judiciary chief has said that detained protesters would be excluded from the annual pardons issued to mark the anniversary.